Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called VIDdEO by developer Dune World. This is a truly bizarre survival horror slash adventure game that gives me a little bit of a creepy hint of the old school Alone in the Dark games meets maybe a little bit of Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And of course, as you can probably tell, I'm going to issue a minor seizure slash epilepsy warning. If you have any trouble with flashing lights or photosensitive, you might not want to watch that one. But if you don't have trouble with those things, please stick around. This is a very strange and interesting game that I think you're going to enjoy. And before we get into things, I do want to just quickly read the blurb that was on the developer's Game Jolt page here that I got this from. So here we go. You are combing through security footage to find out what has taken place in a hotel. However, the result is not clear. The perceived reality of the footage is blending into your own reality. You find yourself inside and outside the media, discovering the tapes in the very place you are watching. Identities are disappearing, context is no longer existing, nothing is sacred anymore, and you are constantly feeling dread and unawareness. That is actually surprisingly good summary of what is going on in this game, even though it kind of gives you no context at the same time. So why don't I actually just get into things here. I'm going to flash the credits real quickly so we can see who is responsible for this creation. Options menu, no options for you. Controls, I'm actually going to be using a 360 controller, and I'll explain those in just a second. So let's get right into things. Here we go. So we're going to be looking at this whole game through security cameras, as you might have been able to tell from that blurb, and we play as this four-armed lady in a rather inventive take on how inventory systems work. And I suppose the fact that we're made up of flashing lines has something to do with the bending of realities and such. So what's going to happen here is we're going to search around, and we're going to use this unique control and inventory mechanism to explore this surrounding area. First of all, I'm sure you've noticed there's a yellow cassette here. The way that we specify things is normally you would just hit A to pick something up, right? In this case, we've got 4 arms. Each of those arms corresponds with one of the buttons on the 360 controller's top shoulder buttons. So left top hand would be the left trigger, then followed by the bottom left hand would be the left bumper, so on and so forth for the right. So if I wanted to pick up this cassette, well, I can't, because I don't have a VHS tape to use, or rather a cassette tape to use on it yet, but we will come back for it. What we can do, though, is we can wander around through all of these hallways and mind the craziness, because these perspectives get really, really wild. And in fact, it's so wild that there's some rooms that you just want to avoid going in because they're so dread-inducing. So there's some doors here, I'm sure you've noticed. That one is locked. There is a small green slot here. We're going to need a green tape to get into that. And for whatever reason, all of the doors are unlocked by using cassettes and VHS tapes. And I suppose that's, again, something to do with things blending into each other. So we can pick up this VHS tape. I don't know what it's going to do for us just yet, but we want to specify which hand we want to use for us. So I'm going to use my right top hand. So I'm going to hit right trigger, then I'm going to hit A to hit yes. And that's actually opposite the way that wanted to go, so apparently I have it backwards. Anyway, that's fine. You get the basic idea regardless, hopefully. So there's some truly horrifying sounds going on here, just sort of a dreadful overtone, sort of a droning, industrial sort of sound going on. And then there are some other more minor sounds happening as we walk that sort of sound like things smacking into pipes. And also dynamic shadows, crazy overlay of static, like incredible amounts of noise actually, and a whole like a bent UI, which sort of suggests that we're looking at a camera's like viewing monitor or something. You can see we also have 6 HP, which is kind of a hint that's going to tell us that there will be things that will attack us, so be ready for that. So when we do get ready to engage something that wants to harm us, well, we can use any of our hands to attack it, and it really doesn't make a single bit of difference. It's really just fine. So why don't we go in this door and see what happens? Oh my god, that's horrifying. Let's not go in that door, actually. We can come back for that later. There's a lot of places that this sort of thing happens with, and I have actually played about 15 minutes into this game, and it seems like it's more robust than I was expecting it to be. So, you know, get ready. There might be some substantial adventuring to be done here. I have a feeling it's under a half an hour long, but still, it's definitely surprisingly robust. I was not expecting this to be even nearly as interesting as it is already. And what's this door about over here? Oh, I just saw a dude trying to chase me down. So we'll pick up a VHS tape here. Yes, please. And we'll also go ahead and pick up this med kit that's sitting over here on the wall. Let's put that, there we go, on our bottom left hand. So when I go back out of this door, I'm probably going to get mobbed by this enemy, and I'm going to have to use my 2 free hands here to escape and hopefully punch it to death without getting stun locked, because that could be a real problem for me. Oh, is it stunned? Yep, I totally, like, knocked it unconscious, which is real good news, because it means I'm going to get a free shot in. Come on, keep it going. Oh my goodness, it totally stun locked me and killed me. So the combat in VIDdEO is, like, really bad, unfortunately. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that's played it, or developers, this sort of feels like a little bit of a callback to the way you felt sort of pseudo-helpless in the Resident Evil games, where you weren't really sure what you were doing most of the time, and you couldn't really effectively fight enemies just because, well, you were fighting the controls, which led to you feeling more panicked and more scared and isolated, which, you know, kind of goes well with this theme of being terrified all the time. And it seems like the sound has gone away for some reason, so I guess we will reboot and come back to this, because this is actually where we want it to be. Kill me! Okay, there we go. Sound is now going again, so we'll hit play, and we will head back in to see if we can perhaps find a better solution, and I think the direction I was going in is actually an optimal way to start out our run. I had actually created a scenario where I was pretty much able to walk most of these rooms unscathed, but it did take quite a bit out of me, and it's not necessarily the safest route. I'm not really sure if there's a really effective way to get through fighting something without taking damage. It kind of seems like our dice roll whether or not you're going to get hurt some of the time, but we were successful in this case, and this is going to yield us a very handy item. And so we've got a gun now, and it only gives you 3 shots, and we're also going to grab a pencil, which is sort of like the key that we need to make keys be keys. So it's like a meta key, if that makes sense. A key that unlocks the ability to use a key. Yeah, that is really unsettling. When I walk very close to the camera, sometimes there's like a synthesizer little thing that goes on, and for some reason I find this presentation just absolutely horrifying. I don't know why, but this is like far scarier to me than a lot of the games that I play on this channel. The ones that intentionally try to go out of their way to scare me don't do nearly as much to be scary as this one seems to, for whatever reason. Probably something to do with the sound effects and the really abstract, creepy way that everything is presented. This door is locked. There is a VHS slot. Okay, so we're gonna have to come back for that one. And over here, okay, here's one of those crazy camera angles, and what do we have on the floor? Looks like a VHS tape. Let's pick that up with our right bottom hand. And anything else in this room worth noting? Doesn't seem so. Alright, out we go. Now that I've got a gun, I have a good idea where I want to head with that, because there's one room in particular that I think would be very, very dangerous without this apparatus of mine. So let's see if we can get in. Oh, we can get in this one. Okay, this room, also very scary to me for some reason. Something to do with the shadows, maybe. And we can pick up a pencil. Sure, why not? The more pencils, the better. And this right here, this is the thing that really gets me, because I don't entirely understand what's going on, but there's totally an enemy. And if I walk in that room, the camera turns off. So there's no way to even know that I'm being killed at the moment. Oh, I hope I got that thing. Really bad if I wasted a bullet. It's not moving anymore, I don't think. Come on. Are we safe? Well, only way to tell is if my HP starts going down. Really bad thing just happened. I turned my character in a way that I'm not actually able to tell if I'm near the doorframe anymore. So now, if I don't die, there's very small chance that I'm going to be able to get back out of that room, because I don't know how to navigate. I'm just turning little bits at a time and pushing up and hoping that my character's walking in the correct direction, but I may have actually just pushed myself in the wrong direction, and now I'm walking in circles. It's really hard to say. Now, oh, I got very lucky there. Almost got myself killed by virtue of just getting lost off the camera, and that's bad news. Okay, so we finally made it out of this room, and we're gonna actually hopefully escape entirely. There we go. I think toward the camera is to go backward. Nope, other way. Okay, we want to go away from the camera, and we're gonna try and hopefully get through at least maybe getting one of the cassette tapes and seeing if we can get into a new room or something. Oh, I guess I go to the right. Yeah, it's a little bit disconcerting. Like, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go half the time, because the cameras don't really give you a good angle to see which way is to leave. And that's kind of okay, not with the exception of the room that I was just trapped in. I don't really mind the camera angles being kind of wonky for the sake of artistic presentation, but anytime there's a situation where you can't really help but get stuck, that could be a bit of a problem. So another problem I'm about to have is, well, there's this med kit here that I'd really like to pick up, but my hands are all full, so I guess I'll have to just walk out of this door and hopefully... Oh, geez. Don't get stuck in that guy. Okay, good. I can just run away, and there isn't actually a run button, by the way, so by run I mean slowly walk. And I can't go in the elevator. That actually requires a yellow tape. So we're going to see if we can get one of those. This room, I think, has another pencil in. Oh, let's see if I can use one of the pencils and grab a cassette right here. Alright, there's a cassette. I don't know if it matters, actually, which pencil I use. Okay, so I can use any pencil and any cassette. And if I want, I could go back upstairs and use the cassette on that elevator, and then hopefully be able to go that way, and free up one of my arms to hopefully punch or something. But I guess when I run out of bullets, I'm going to get an arm back that way as well. Door's locked, VHS slot here. Let's see if it uses... Ah, it does use that one. And that's not good. Okay, shoot it. Oh crap, I missed. Totally missed. That's really bad. Okay, hopefully he'll just get stuck on me, and if I can walk right through him, their collision's really bad, and they're not going to be able to turn around in time, so I'm going to actually be able to succeed. Major problem, though, is there's a room that I'm totally supposed to use the gun with, and I don't have the gun anymore, so I don't know if I'm going to be successful on this run anymore. But I think that's part of the challenge, is you have to figure out where you need to use what items. There's an item in this room, by the way, that I'm just looking for to light up, and I can't see it on the ground at all. Maybe I have... Oh, there it is. Pencil. Alright. We've got... Most of our arms are now full of pencils. Not sure why we can't reuse the same pencil, but, you know, adventure game tropes, I suppose. And it does not appear there's anywhere else for me to go down this hallway, so it seems like the only options left are to go back upstairs, where there are more harbingers of death awaiting us. Did I go in here already? Oh, I totally forgot to pick up this VHS tape. Because there's, I think, another tape or a pencil or something in here. We can use that one right away. But I'm going to have to punch my way through this dangerous, angry dude. And hopefully I can stun lock him. Oh, 3, 4, 5, dead. Awesome. So I've still got 4 HP. This is the best I've done so far, I believe. I need a pencil to fix the cassette. Be my guest. There we go. We've got a green cassette, and that means I can actually get into the room underneath this one, and maybe there'll be a gun in there, because I don't think I've actually been in that room yet. Door, please. There we go. It'd be really nice if, like, your health came back over time or something. Use the green cassette. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. There's, like, happy music in here and no dangerous enemies? What kind of business is this? Oh, maybe I've discovered... Oh, there's another gun. Fantastic. I guess I've discovered the place that I am, and we just enabled the offline camera, so now I can go into that area that I was stuck with. Cool. Alright, this is my favorite room so far. This music totally reminds me of Adventure Time. Okay, back out we go. I honestly don't want to stop playing this game. I really enjoy it. For some reason, this bizarre presentation really suits it well. Oh, where did we leave it? Okay, there you are. Let's line us up. Perfect. Let's use the yellow cassette here. Elevator won't open. Yep, go right ahead. And where haven't I been? So I guess that leaves us over here. So we can get the med kit now. And I don't even want to use it yet. I just want to have it on hand. Wait, pick it up. Yes. Perfect. Still got 2 shots left, and there is one more room that I need to go through that uses 2 more bullets. So let's go and head over there. Definitely some Resident Evil vibes, though. Like, I'm certainly getting it from these camera angles. Is it this room? No, I've already been in here. Well, I can also go check to see what was up with the offline camera, too. Ah, okay, it's totally this one. But I need another tape. Maybe I used too many tapes? Or maybe there's... Okay, probably the directions that you go in sort of branch out, so there's ways that you can go to use more tapes than you're allotted at first. And then you can go back into other venues to get more tapes, because they're not quite sequence pathed like the cassette tapes are. Okay, cool. Now we can finally see where I'm going. Blue cassette here, perfect. Need a pencil. Oh god, there's another one. How did that not kill me before? Also wasted a bullet. Crap. That's really weird. I was wandering about in here, that thing didn't even get activated. I guess I might as well use my first aid kit so I can turn back to blue again. Why can't I pick this up? Why won't you activate? Well, let's go get this first aid kit. Wait, no, turn around. Oh my god, what is happening? My character won't stay still. Come on, come on. There we go. Perfect. And there it is, blue cassette. Yes, please. Alright, so now we can actually basically do everything we want. I think the only other place I can't go is that one room. I guess there's probably another videotape somewhere. Oh, geez, I can't see where I am again. At least there's shadows this time. Is this... Oh, that's the bottom of a pillar. And is there a cassette or anything over here? Nope. Okay, we're good. This visual aesthetic reminds me a little bit of, like, what we thought electronic media was going to look like in, like, the late 80s, early 90s, when we were obsessed with that really bold, like, what was the first music video? You gotta move those microwave ovens, that whole thing. Like, that art style seems to be what I feel like from this, but then cross-pollinate that with this crazy sense of dread. And it's kind of something I've never really seen before. Wait, did I just find... No, I didn't find a new place. Okay, let's go through the elevator now. I think I just can't go in that door because I went in a different direction. Take elevator. That brings us upstairs. I have nothing left except for my blue tape, which we're going to use here. And my wits, of course. Oh god. There's a CD from Revolution X. I hope there's not an Aerosmith cameo here. Is that... Congratulations. I solved VIDdEO, didn't I? Yep, that's the end. Fair enough. Okay, I was kind of hoping that was even longer than it was, but there is still a room that I haven't explored, so you guys can feel free to go grab a copy of this yourself. It is totally free. I will put a link in the description, of course, so you can go check it out. And I would 100,000,000%, and I know that's, like, not a rational thing to say. That's, like, way over 100%. But I would 100,000,000% pay $15 for, like, a 5-hour version of this game. I have no idea what it is about the aesthetic that really gets me, but it's just the right combination of bizarre and polished, but also unpolished, if that makes any sense. It's kind of a homespun, but really thematically correct and, well, continuous, I guess, is more of a correct thing to say, idea. And I really like the execution in general. Even the controls being kind of wonky doesn't bother me all that much, because that's just kind of the way adventure games work. So let me know what you think about this one in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think personally, and if you spent some time with it, even better, because I'd like to hear, you know, your first-hand impressions as well. And feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, because that does help me out quite a bit and help spread the word about more unique, original, and artistic indie games, which is pretty much my specialty. And if you like what you see here, consider subscribing and come on back tomorrow, because there are new episodes of Indie Impressions that go up every single day. So I look forward to showing you another game tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it all, and I hope to talk to you later. Have a good night.